So we're going to start over here in the site structure. This is where you're dealing with your pages, just the locations essentially, and how they relate to one another. You're not really dealing directly with content here. It's sort of just the basic skeleton of your site. So basically you can create new pages here, use these buttons to move pages around. You can nest them, duplicate them, delete them, just hide them, all that basic kind of stuff. You can also, this is where you'll go to set your pages metadata, the page title, SEO stuff. This is also where you assign a page layout, which we'll get to in the end, but you don't need to worry about that for now. One other thing to be aware of is that you can set, these are all regular pages here with this icon. The blue arrow is set as an internal redirect, so you can set the page type here. So that just means that if a viewer sees the navigation on my site, when they click on contact, they're going to be sent to the about page. So I want that basic structure there so people can get to that information quickly and easily. But I have it set up that it's just going to redirect there. So you can do that kind of things. You can redirect to other pages outside of your site. That functionality is there. But this is the basic idea, is that it's just the locations pretty much. And over here we have articles. So first you can see that this is the same. These are the pages that we set up in the site structure. And these things here are articles. And that's where you're dealing with most of your basic content. Not the super complex stuff like calendars and news listers and that dynamic type of stuff. But as you see here, your more basic stuff like text and pictures, as well as more functional stuff like galleries. So basically, let's just edit here. You pick an element type. Basically, an article consists of these different elements, and there's a bunch loaded in Contao already, but you can also add your own. So it's very functional, and based on which type of element you pick, these different settings will show up. So right here, I have a spot for my headline. And some text here. I could add an image if I want, add ID and class, that type of stuff. So there are a bunch of different types of elements that you can learn about in other videos, but the basic idea is that this is where a lot of your content is dealt with, and you can arrange them however you want. If you go back, you can have as many articles as you want on a page. And arrange them however you want, just like we are doing with the site structure. You can also hide them if you don't want them to show up for a while. One other thing to be aware of is that right here shows you where the articles are set to display in your page layout. That's something we're going to get to in the end. Now, if we take a look at our picture here, any discrete file like an image file or a PDF, anything like that, that needs to be stored up on the server instead of on your computer's hard drive. And that's done over here in the file manager, which is the third thing we're going to talk about in this video. It's set up just like your own computer's hard drive. There's folders and files, and you can manage them however you want, however makes sense to you. It's also where you upload the files to get them onto the server. You just click this and say where you want it to go. So then if we just quickly go back to where we were in articles, if we wanted to pick a different image, it'll bring up the file manager, and then anything that you have loaded in the file manager is available for you to put on your site. So that's the basic idea. Just a hard drive for your website, essentially.